Next up, we have English Class Seal NOSURGE from the NOSURGE soundtrack. I think this is from the same franchise as R. Tonelico, so I'm going to label that as well. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this, so I will be pausing a lot, and I will be talking a lot, as I will be explaining things in a way, I will be explaining things as I hear them, or as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I just stumbled upon my words. Brained moment. It's Friday night. We take it for what it is. I will stumble upon my words again. Whatever happens, happens. So, with that being said, these are usually a trip. So, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, so we start with the sound of what seems to be like a VHS or tape recorder doing the, like just being played, like hitting play on one of these like retro machines. We start with the sound, what sounds like distant marching, but it could just be the sound of the tape scratching. Then we have a very faint melody and a very faint singing. Let's see where this goes, because live cue after this one. Yes. Don't request just yet, by the way. So yeah, we had two melodies going at the same time, but I think they were doing variations on the same motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. I need to drink some water, hang on. So yeah, we're having this going on, and we just started bringing the actual vocals in. So let me see where this goes. Let's see where it goes. So we are using Eastern melodies over here. Very, very... Ironically, this is more on the Chinese side of traditional music, but it's in that gray area that you could say it's either Chinese or Japanese. I'm leaning towards Chinese, but most importantly, this is a song. So songs, I know we call pretty much everything a song. Like as long as you can hit play on it, it's a song. That is not correct. The correct terms are songs or pieces or tracks. The difference is that a piece of music is usually going to be an instrumental of some sort, and even if it has vocals on it, the vocals are not going to be the main driving force of the music. In this case, songs are not. Songs, there's vocals, there's lyrics, and those are the driving force of the music. In this case, we are getting this. Some background for Seal NOSURGE. You as the player are connecting through the game console to connect to the game world to directly influence it in a fourth wall break. That sounds cool. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so we've heard this from other Tonelico tracks before. We have multiple layers of vocals going on. Right now we have a very distant drum set giving us a very basic beat, but we also have two layers of vocals which started off singing what we call doublings, which is both of them singing the exact same thing, just from their range. And now we are syncopating these. So we have one of them which is still singing in what seems here in Japanese, and the other one is starting to sing in a different language, doing a quasi call and response. So line 1 is singing one thing, line 2 is singing immediately after, and we're seeing the back and forth at the same time. Very, very lovely. So let's see where this goes. Very lovely counterpoint here. All right, so we bring in the percussions and we bring in this very cool Japanese style of singing, which is a type of singing that should absolutely not work, but it does. Because when it comes to singing, you really want to sing from the diaphragm. Like, one of the first things you hear is don't sing from your nose. Like, if you start singing nasally, you start having this kind of tone, and nasal voices are simply annoying in general. However, the Japanese have this very unique style of singing that is very high nasal voices, and they are brilliant. They sound incredible. They sound epic. That's exactly what we're getting. Have nothing to eat other than cooking? Then go cook. Cooking is awesome, dude. Cooking is awesome. So yeah, it's very, very cool how the Japanese have this nasal, and we have go make some carbonara. So I recently learned how to make authentic carbonara, so I'm making it as much as I can. I'm gonna make some tomorrow. So yeah, we have these multiple layers, and now we go back again to having this doubled. So let's see where it goes. We have percussion now. Oh, dude. I love this. So at times the vocals go away from each other, like they stray away rhythmically and melodically, and then they come back, and we're getting this really cool sense of undulation back and forth between synchronizing and desynchronizing. Very beautiful. The percussions being used are just absolutely beautiful. And Extreme Yacht duels don't work on YouTube. I don't know why. They haven't been able to implement it there yet. They're only on Twitch and Kick. Sad. All right, let's see where this goes. Nice classic. So, same thing as before, except this time we brought the higher voice down. They're both doing the same range, and because of that, that gives the other back and forth. This is really, 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 really good. It's Angog, that's the French. We speak American here. Back to the nasal voice, and we're doing... we bring in the acoustic guitar in the background, which, once again, when it comes to music, instrumentation, orchestration is the art of picking the right instruments, not just for the right sound, but for the right psychological response. When it comes to an acoustic guitar, acoustic guitars have a very unique sound, but more importantly, they have a very unique emotional psychological response. Because acoustic guitars are very often tied to the idea of emotional intimacy. Whenever you see an acoustic guitar in any sort of medium, you watch any video game, any movie, any TV show, somebody grabs an acoustic guitar, it's usually a small scale moment, one of those by the campfire or hanging out at your friend's house. It's small scale. It's usually a moment of connection that you're gonna get. And because of that, having an acoustic guitar will give you something like that. It becomes a moment of deep emotional intimacy and connection, and the moment of the individual. And it's kind of like introspection kind of thing. And it's a very, very beautiful thing. And it's a very beautiful emotional response to have. And it just gives you that sense of warm, cozy familiarity kind of thing. So, yeah, the new Climax on 4213, which is similar to JavaScript Interact with larger Magic server system that is similar to Art and Nichols Towers. Nice. I have no idea what any of that meant because I have not played any of those games, but that sounds cool as hell. Let's see where this goes. So back we go. We are still using those motifs. And now we are mixing the different traditional Japanese songs. So now we've taken it from the Chinese side over to the Japanese. Like, we're completely leaning on the Japanese side of things now. The ambiguity on whether or not this was traditional Chinese or traditional Japanese is completely gone. We are completely now leaning on the Japanese side of this. I think it was from the very beginning. It was just gray area kind of thing. And oh my god, it's just really beautiful. The motifs being developed in a very beautiful way. Again, motif, smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. And we're basically just developing those initial melodies that we go. And let's just see where it goes. Man, the counterpoint is beautiful as well. We're holding those notes out, and oh my god. And we bring back, we're reusing the concept, same concept as we've used before, but we're timing things so well. And now off the ramp we're about to land. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means there's no official academic term for it, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. And it is a transition. Can be as short as a couple of beats, it can be an entire section, and it's usually a way of making your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, kind of going off the ramp, waiting to see where you land. How do you do that? You remove the drums, maybe the bass as well. Something interesting about this piece, the closest thing we have to a bass line here has been the drums. Everything else has been this high end of the female vocals that we're having, the traditional instruments, and even most of the percussion is pretty high up in the range, giving us this sense of elevated music, mystical to an extent, because we don't have that grounding force that the bass uses to, that the bass usually is. So for anime lovers, Akiko Shikata did the opening song for the Umi Neko anime. Well, for those of you who get that reference, there you go. Let's see where this goes. Now we have a bit more bass. Very dramatic development of the voices. We're gonna fire her up. Oh. What a way to land this, man. Really insane. Beautiful. And we switch around over to a solo. So yeah, you heard how the melodies were completely flipped. I think it was a partially inverted version of the motif, I think. Inversion is the concept, in melodies at least, of taking any sort of melodic shape that you have, grabbing that, and then flipping it upside down. That's what an inversion usually is, and it was good contrast for this, as it was a very dramatic moment. We were doing some sort of countdown here, apparently, and we brought in the big drums for this, and having those drums filling in that bass, that bass space that has been mostly empty for this entire track, gives it that sense of grounding, of things are getting real. And now we're entering a flute solo. Some sort of flute is having a solo. Now let's see where this goes. Oh, it's over. It was just a couple moments. We slow it down. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, most of the instruments right now are doing mainly adornments, which means they are small variations. They are still for the accompaniment, so more on the background side, but it's not the main driving force. And most importantly, we have slowed everything down. We had that moment of speeding up, now we're slowing down. We have off the ramp, we've gone again, we're bringing everything slowly. Let's just see where we're taking it to then. Beautiful moment of unison again, like uniformity. This type of moment is this right here, what we just saw, what just heard of this, I think we call this a rubato. So rubato, these are really difficult to pull off in recordings. So rubato is when you give the performers the freedom of moving rhythm around in a way that has more impact. So you allow the performer, in this case the singer, to be as dramatic with the rhythm as possible. Because so far we've had very strict, almost metronome-like rhythm for the entire thing. And right now we had this moment of suspense. The backing track, the accompaniment, was just holding the percussions, like shaking percussions, holding everything kind of there, while the vocalist sang the line, but it wasn't exactly to the same tempo, the same rhythm as we'd had before. Some of it was a little bit longer, some of it was a little bit shorter, more dramatic in that sense. We allowed a little bit of rubato to give that freedom. Rubato is super common, especially in opera, and this is very resembling of Japanese opera, so the concept of opera is very similar as well to that kind of thing. And we have that now of we have this moment of operatic performance with this really free form kind of thing. So yes, Thomas is there, it seems. Yeah, let's see where this goes. And we speed it up now with a solo. Nice. I love it. And now we are doing these back and forths again. We're doing another set of call and response. So there you go. You simplified the recipe. There you go. Here you go. Yeah, food is food. Food is food. So yeah, we are doing back and forth, and oh my god. We sped up the rhythm. We are going completely on leaning on that sped up Japanese vibe. This is really fun. Let me see just where it goes, because we're doing kind of like a three-way call and response, because we have the high vocals, the low vocals, and the flute. And it's a very interesting take on the Japanese opera style, because Japanese opera is very different from Western opera. So it's really cool to see that style here. Let me just see where it goes, because it's really cool. We're bringing back the nasal voice for extra drama. And now pure counterpoint. Flute is back. Okay, so we had a moment of solo. I really like the flute solos, how they are placed, because when it comes to music, you want to keep a very, very careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, repeating too many things risks boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly risks overwhelming the listener, they tune out. And usually for this means you need to re-explore your motifs, your rhythms, your phrasings, your melodies. You want to give you some sort of exploration, keeping things the same while bringing new things together. It's a very kind of contradictory thing. And there you go. All right, go ahead, BCC. BCCHP, thank you for hanging out. Have a good one. So we're having these moments of that, with the only exception being solos. I mean, in electronic music, you have dropping the beat. In metal, you have breakdowns. But solos are universal. Solos, you can do any material that you want. Display, welcome today. How you doing? You can do pretty much any material that you want. You can bring new material, and it's just going to work. And right now, we are using that freshness of the solo with the flute, very, very sparsely dropped here and there for very brief moments, and using that as a transitionary tool. It is very interesting how well it's working. And we also have the counterpoint between the different types of voices, which is still insane. Counterpoint, of course, once again, being the use of melodies, how they develop, how they interact, usually with each other. Right now we have multiple melodies, variations of everything and everything. Yeah, it's chill. It's Friday night. We're chilling. Let's see where this goes. That sounds like male voices. That sounded like male voices. How they like your bacon? I like my bacon. Now I like guanciale. And I like it like very much golden. Very much golden. So yeah, how does she make the lower creaky elevator vocals? Okay, so it's still female vocals. So in this case, we are dealing with a mezzo-soprano that has the range of that. So in this case, it's one way of doing throat singing for women. Throat singing, there are many ways of doing throat singing, and one of the methods, which could be a variation of the hargira, which is to bring this, and I know that there's some Viking or like Nordic, because I know that the Finnish use this as well, that you just completely talk from, like you completely sing from the throat, right? Like, that kind of thing, like it barely sounds, and if you put a little bit of vocals into that, you can get a lot lower, like that tavatan torila. There you go. So yeah, you have these kinds of lower range, and if you apply it to a female voice, it's going to be relative to that. Like there is a very cool sound that men can do, and that is Mongolian throat singing. If you apply this to a female voice, it sounds absolutely fascinating. It sounds absolutely fascinating. Somebody that I taught how to do throat singing, who does throat singing, but I think she can actually pull off the male range, Adrienne Cowan. She did some throat singing for Avantasia's latest album, Avantasia. She's from Seven Spires and a bunch of other bands, but she did from Avantasia's latest album, she did some throat singing in one of the tracks, and female throat singing just sounds unbelievably cool. Because Mongolian throat singing for men is usually the like that lower end, but then you consider that women usually have a way higher voice. So when you add that, because the throat singing, of course, that I just did, takes my range and it drops it down even lower. But if you take the female vocal range and you drop that low, relatively speaking, it gives you a little bit of it gives you, relatively speaking, kind of the range of a man, and that is probably one of the ways, and we're doing some sort of Japanese variation on this thing for that, because another way that could be done, which I highly doubt is inhaling, because in my case, I can sing some really low notes by inhaling, like, let me, wait, can I not, have I been speaking too much today? Let me drink some water. Let me see. I can't do it right now. It sounds kind of like growling. Yeah, no, I don't know why I'm getting so many overtones here. This is insane. So yeah, I can't do it right now, but by inhaling it, yeah, no, I'm getting like I'm getting overtones in this. It's really weird. Yeah, this is very, very, very strange. I usually can do these, but Total Meth, thank you, Blitz, thank you. Very, very accurate. But usually, yeah, the concept of inhaling. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on. I think I've been speaking too much today. But concept is, when you do those gutturals inhaled, you can go even deeper into the range, because then you are basically playing those vocal cords backwards. So that could be another method. I am not entirely sure over here. He's been yapping too much. I warned you that I would be. So yeah, let's just see. I'm just making a hypothesis over here on how the vocalist here could have reached that low, but we will see. Let's see. Because it sounds male. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You're welcome, Valid User. We come back to this on the upper side with a variation of go ahead, Ether. Variation of the motif of the percussion here. Ooh. And back we go to Western singing with some beautiful crescendos. Absolutely beautiful crescendo. This is from our NOSURGE, from the R. Tonelico franchise. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's our NOSURGE. Yeah, there you go. It's right here. So yeah, we are bringing some very beautiful, very subtle crescendos. So let me go through the concept of crescendo. Is to get louder. The contrary of crescendo is diminuendo or decrescendo, depending on which philosophy you're using in music. Potato, tomato kind of thing. But yeah, crescendo means to get louder over time while holding the same note. And it's very... let's see. It's okay, VIP. It's still food. We're adding now... Oh, I love it. So one of the it's a game. Yeah, it's a game. Like this is a slightly older game from what I understand. And this is I love it. We are having some of the lines being doubled by that flute, and the tone, the timbre of the singer is so close to it's so close to the singer's vocals that the flute and the singer are kind of blending together. It's a very difficult thing to achieve, but oh my god, let's see where this goes. Very cool doubling. Bring back the acoustic guitar. Japanese opera solo and modulating into the climax of the piece, bringing everything up. Oh, dude. Ooh, back to the count. There you go, back to the count. Nice. And yeah, we're revisiting that concept. We're slowing things down now that the climax is over. We're entering the outro. Violin, nice. And we slowly slow down, removing more and more. And we finish the countdown with one last line. And we don't resolve it. No, we did resolve it. We did resolve it. And there you go. Man, what a trip that was. Man, these are the R songs. R. Tonelico, R. NOSURGE. These are incredible compositions, man. There you go. That was English Class Seal NOSURGE from the R NOSURGE soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, one of the paid subscriptions, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song, by the way, if you are on the stream, you can start requesting now. We're doing live queue now. And if you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, links available down below to the Discord. We are go to the LFA requests channel, follow the instructions on the pinned messages, and that's it. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Central Europe, don't worry, we have the full stream schedule up to date, showing in your local time zone in both the Discord and the Twitch channels, both linked down below. And follow the gaming channel, because we are on YouTube. Of course, we have a gaming channel. It is Games Are Bastard, linked down below. That's where we put the recordings of the VODs of our gaming after shows if they happen. Link down below, or just search for it on YouTube. It is Games, same username as James R. Bastard, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And there you go, man. Our NOSURGE, R. Tonelico, really, really good stuff, man. Incredible stuff. But yeah, let's move on.